Hey guys, hey, this is Ryan Hartwig here. Just wanted to come and talk to you guys and give you an update about the election. I know I haven't made a video in a while, so wanted to give you some updates about what I've been doing. And so yeah, so let's start. Let's talk about a few things here. Let me move the. All right, so just going back a couple weeks here on November 17th, I was mentioned in an FEC complaint in Michigan. So the Senate race there was between let's see here, was between John James and Gary Peters. And so this was, yeah, so, hang on one second, let me change the, yeah, so basically I gave information to an attorney who filed an FEC complaint alleging that Facebook made an in-kind contribution to the Gary Peters campaign by fact-checking an ad about transgender sports yeah, so they fact-checked a ad about transgender sports from John James. So you can see here, this is the actual FEC complaint that was filed by the American Principles Project. And I was mentioned there on page 22 and 23 that I talked about their bias and Facebook's bias about transgender issues. And I had two examples about transgender issues. So that is something that happened a couple weeks ago. And then I took some notes on the meeting on November 23rd when the Michigan State Board of Canvassers decided to certify the results. So one question that Norman Schinkel, who's on the Board of State Canvassers, asked Daniel Baxter, a longtime Detroit election employee, he asked him why 100 Republican applicants were denied jobs. So they hired, so Daniel Baxter hired all these people, and they paid them ridiculous amounts of money to work on election day. They paid them $600 per 8-hour shift, and so that was, yeah. So he didn't really have an answer for that. Daniel Baxter didn't have an answer why these Republican applicants got denied when they are hiring thousands and thousands of people. So you can read that on my website under Ryan Reports down there. So, and then on November 6th, like earlier. Last month now, today is December 2nd, I met someone named John Haluska. I talked to him after Election Day, on that Friday after Election Day, and he told me the story of him getting kicked out. He was in Tucson, Arizona, in southern Arizona, and he was a GOP poll watcher, and he got kicked out on Election Day. And so he finally, so I drove down to Tucson a couple weeks ago and had him sign an affidavit. That's his affidavit. And I took that to the AZ GOP, and so he finally decided to go public last week, and which is great, I think. And he just did an interview on the Pete Santilli show yesterday. So this is John Haluska, great guy, patriot. So I went down there a couple weeks ago, and we, yeah, he has a great story. He saw some out-of-state trucks arrive as well with Massachusetts plates. Boxes were brought into the polling location. He was kicked out completely. Couldn't observe anything. So that was pretty crazy. All right. So something else I wanted to show you is, okay, what's going on in Arizona now? So this just 2 days ago on Monday, Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis were in town at the hearing here in Phoenix, Arizona. I was in attendance. I was there at the location trying to document everything and see what was going on. So we had a lot of good witnesses. A lot of progress was made. But that same day, while we were at the hearing at 11 a.m., Governor Doug Ducey certified the election results along with our leftist Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs, who believes that Trump panders to his neo-Nazi base. So, but since Monday, we have a new Arizona federal lawsuit from Sidney Powell. So that's all right here. Let me zoom in here for you. So this is Marissa Hamilton. She ran for mayor in Phoenix, and she's doing some great work here. So this new lawsuit from Sidney Powell alleges that 412,000 illegal ballots were cast in the November AZ election, requests an order for Governor Ducey to decertify results, and calls for an emergency order to seize the voting machines. So we'll see what happens with this lawsuit. I think that's the lawsuit. Oops. Okay. All right. So here's the this is the actual lawsuit. So it's really long, of course, but those are the main things that it's asking is that it's saying that there's 412,000 illegal ballots that were cast, and it's asking Doug Ducey to stop, to decertify, and to an injunction, an emergency order to seize and impound all servers, software, voting machines, tabulators, printers, portable media, logs, everything related to the election. So that's good. So this was the hearing. Yeah, this is the hearing yesterday. These are some Arizona state legislators. That's Mark Fincham, obviously Rudy Giuliani, some other state legislators, Kelly Townsend. She's doing a great job. So I'm glad we had the hearing, and now it's in the legislators' court to be able to choose the electors. And then here's this. This was in. Let's watch this video. This was in Gwinnett County. Is that Georgia?
With notes, handing it to him.
Nerd boy's looking for a certain kind of pen or something.
So he gets up from the chair and then he goes back, and then he palmed the USB drive, I believe. Did he stick something in? Then he's opening up like a something. Yeah.
I don't know what he did with large eye.
You're right. I saw
out on the
it.
left now, and he's taking it back over.
What are you doing?
Anyway, just looked kind of shady. So they allege that he takes the data from a secured server and transfers it to his personal laptop, which breaks election protocols and chain of custody. All right, so, but yeah, just in closing, like here's a few stats that are kind of interesting. So, this is how Joe Biden turns in a century of election data on its head. So Trump gained 11 million more votes than 2016, but Biden somehow overcame those odds. Biden's support among black voters fell below 90%. Obama won 873 counties. Biden only won 524 counties, but somehow he outdid Obama in total votes. Biden underperformed Hillary Clinton across the country, except for in a few cities, Milwaukee, Detroit, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. And no incumbent who has received 75% of the primary vote has ever lost re-election. So just all the data, all the statistics point to Trump winning, and it just seems very improbable that looking at all these statistics and bellwethers that Biden won the election. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great week. We're going to be following the election hearings in Michigan, Arizona, and also Georgia. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.